Hello, my little minions, my little oddballs. Just kidding. I really don't think of you as minions, but it sounded kind of fun. And we're in October. It's like spooky. I don't know. Minions are a great Halloween costume if you need one. So, hello, my little minions. Welcome to Audrey's World. I'm Audrey. This is my world. I bring in people who I think are interesting, who I think are fun, who I love to with, and I have them on the pod. I invite them in. You get to know them. Get to learn what makes them tick, what made them them, and then we dive into their dream world. I love asking people about their dream worlds. It's a way for adults to be creative. First and foremost, it can be whimsy, but it can be real, and you can learn their frustrations or what's driving them bonkers. Or you just get to learn a different side of them, and it's a great way to get to know someone. So I love that question for that reason. But it's way more than someone's fantasy world for me. I love just connecting with my guest, and I feel like I learn different sides of everyone who I bring on. Yet I know them well enough before they're ever a guest on the pod, but I am always learning something new, seeing different sides to them, and it's just such a special gift. So I hope that through my guests, maybe you relate to them in some way. Maybe it's just a refreshing take on something. It's different than social media. It's not just a highlight reel. It's some like real issues or frustrations and just navigating life and what that means for all of us. But I am so excited about today's episode. I'm excited about them all, but this one's so special. It's another neighborhood gal. So someone who has seen me grow up in many different ways. There's a comfort, I think, in our conversations just because we have such a history and a background knowledge of not only each other but like families, different dynamics and everything like that. So I think it's fun, and that really shines throughout the episode. And girlhood. Love girlhood. Can't get enough of it. You get plenty of girlhood in this episode. So if that is what you are looking for in an episode, let's do it. This one is for you, and we're jumping right into it. I am so excited to introduce you to. She's a neighborhood gal, a true believer in girlhood, an incredibly smart person, a great storyteller. She's eloquent, so personable and spunky, but most of all, she's Lila's mom. It's Faith Taylor.
Things like everyone's also feeling the same.
Yeah.
Maybe this is the 20s for us,
Yeah, I don't know. It's weird. I don't like it, but here we
Was
are.
your parents' visit good?
It was. We survived to tell the tale. It was nice to have them around. I learned about myself how much living alone for this long has impacted me.
Oh,
Like I knew that, but I saw it in a different lens very firsthand.
mm-hmm.
On Saturday, halfway through the day, I was just like, oh my God, I'm drained.
No,
There's just so much people time. And then it was very sweet. My parents were wanting to do things around the house, but I was like, I can do that. Please stop. Like, don't get into
yeah.
everything.
Yeah. Hey, we don't know
Hands
what
to
we're gonna
yourself.
open.
But like, oh wow, really eye-opening. But it was really nice to have them here and to do a few things that I've been putting off my to-do list. And it was great just to have them in Chicago. And they love Chicago, so they're just like so happy to be here. It was so
I
cute.
feel like if Chicago had spokesperson, it would be them. Like united, happy, all-American, American dream couple.
That's how you see my now I'm like, wait, that's how you see my parents?
Okay, but if you say it out loud. Because your dad, when did they meet? In college?
At work. They met through work.
At
They were
work.
set up by their boss.
That's honestly, that's very being set up by your boss, it just like would not happen.
I know. I know. I am pro relationships in the workplace because I'm the spawn of that. But
I support. How else are you meeting people these days? But the boss setup is another level.
it's yeah, very 1900s, aka 1990s, and not 2020 for sure.
Yeah.
But yeah, but you described my parents as the spokespeople for Chicago and the very all-American united what were you
Yes,
saying?
because they have a son and a daughter, but like they're 21st century, so the son's gay. But he's a successful gay. He is in the fashion industry. He's actually dressed Madonna one time. He's actually seen Madonna in person. So it's crazy. My daughter, work from home, very cool, travels all the time. They're like jetting off to Chicago, coming back to like humble small town, early beginnings. Like, did your dad start in community college?
Yeah.
Up by the bootstraps, community college, VPs, presidents. Now they're not Florida. They're in the Carolinas now. They've
Hmm.
got their retirement home, their city people, their culture. You want to go to Chicago? They have 8 recommendations. Done the architecture tour 60 times.
You just read my family in such a way.
That's
I'm
true.
dying, but it's so accurate. Like, yeah, I feel like,
Yeah.
yeah. So Faith's the new host of the podcast, and we're running.
I'll interview you.
Okay, great. No one ever interviews me, so that would be
Oh, I did
different.
my homework. I did homework.
Oh, oh my God, what kind of homework did you do? Now I'm
Yeah, I
nervous.
know. Well, I was nervous, and then I was like, I'm really good at homework. So I was like, let me just think about things. I obviously have listened to some of your episodes. And then I was like, let me think about what my dream world would be. Because at first, when I was thinking about it, I accidentally did serious things. And I was like,
That's
well,
great.
we all know that everyone should have these basic needs.
Hmm.
And you're like, I just want whimsy. So I was like, okay, I need to
No,
refocus
sometimes
on,
I need a break from the serious, so then I just think of off the wall things, honestly, kind of to keep me entertained. So
yeah.
your dream world can be as serious or as
I
whimsy
have
as you want
both.
it to
I
be.
have
There's
both. Because what if we addressed everything and then what if I prepared whimsy and then can you prepare whimsy or is that a paradox?
Faith, I feel like this describes you also very well. I feel like if I did like growing up, so Faith and I know each other because we grew up right across the street from each other. Although I will say a little bit to Faith and I's lore is that she was closer to my brother growing up. So for the longest
Yeah.
time, Faith and I did not interact really. I mean, like we did, but she was way closer to my brother, and it was like so cute. But then you and I feel like got to know each other a little bit when I drove you to high school, and I was like, oh, okay, they're not just like dweebs anymore. Like my brother's not a
Yeah.
dweeb anymore. They're younger than me, but they're
Adult.
cool. They can hold their own, like I see them. And then I feel like I really got to know you though, like during COVID when we were all trapped at home,
Oh
just
my
kind of
God.
trying to hang out and get to know each other as adults.
I feel like the thing that happens is, and I say this about my brothers, so I have 2 older brothers and a twin brother, but if you met Luke, you'd be like, he's older because I don't know, he's got everything figured out. And I always say, everyone was always my friend because when you're the youngest, you don't realize the age difference. You're like,
Hmm.
yeah, we're best friends. Or you have some sort of idolization. Like my oldest brother is 9 years older than me. I like idolized him. I was like, oh, he's perfect. When I heard stories from high school or college, for me, from him, it was like watching a 2000s like rom com where they show like
Hmm.
the high school prom and it's like huge and like he would come home and regale stories. And I feel like sometimes I feel the same about you because I was a freshman when you were a senior. And so you would be like,
I'm so
Casey did
scared.
this and like blah blah, and you'd be like, they're so cool. Or like when I was talking to you the other day when I was like, you are post irony. But
Yeah.
it's like you would like bring in the Barbie lunchbox senior year for your lunchbox, and I'd be like, they just don't care at all. They're so cool. Everyone was good at their sports, like so I feel like after college when we were in COVID, and then we were mutually watching our parents kind of
Mm-hmm.
adjust to that as well, which was
Mm-hmm.
just like calling each other about different cars in each other's driveways and being like, "What's the big white van in your driveway?" Be like,
Yeah.
then you and
Tell
I
me more
would talk
about
about
that.
them talking about the van, and just
Yeah.
like very Jane Austen, like we're just walking to each other's houses and talking about who was over before us.
Yeah. Anything we could pluck at because there was nothing else
Yeah.
going on. Oh my God, it really was. Faith, you are such a great storyteller. I mean, like, I'm not surprised at all, but it's really cute to like hear your memories and recount these experiences that I've had with you because I would explain them, I feel
Oh,
like, in a like gnarly, just like gritty sort of way. And I feel like yours are very eloquent and cute and like have all these like themes and great connection points and everything. And I love it.
literally one of my things in my dream world that I wrote down was I wish I were a better storyteller, and that's just a selfish dream because I think I think we both like attention. It's like I'll tell a story and then I realize that I took 8 different diversions and I don't even remember where I started. And now I've lost the audience. And I think it stems probably from like middle school when like no one's cool and you're trying to
Yeah.
talk and you remember you're in a circle and you're halfway through a story and like no one's listening. And you're like, okay, this is a formative social moment for me. I'll remember this forever.
Yeah. I'm pretty sure I was 1,000% in middle school, that girl. Everyone's like,
Yeah.
Audrey, you're the worst at telling stories. And
Mm-hmm.
that was known by that for a very long time. But it's
And then
funny how,
yeah.
like, those moments, I mean, it is like when we're forming our identity. So I guess it makes sense. But yeah, some of those formative moments where, like, we're not that person anymore, but we still identify by it. It's very
Oh,
silly.
yeah. I'm like not at all the person I was in high school or in middle school, but sometimes I see her and I'm like, hey, we actually left you a long time ago, so you can go back.
Hey, love you, but
Hey,
not right
girl.
now.
Hey, girl.
Faith, growing up, you had my dream. I wanted an older brother so badly. And not only did you have one, but you had two. Like, oh, I never thought about what it was like to be a younger sibling, but whenever I thought about what I would want differently, I always wanted an older brother.
Mm-hmm.
Um, and I would like fantasize about having crushes on their friends and that sort of thing. Now that you got to live my dream, tell me, what was it like?
It's at first I was like always wanting an older sister because I remember being like, well, and you and Haley would hang out all the time, but I was like just young enough that it didn't make sense. So you talk about me being closer with Anthony and then my twin Luke, and we'd all be hanging out on your guys' trampoline or something, and we'd see you and Haley go into the house and do like 2000s middle school girl shit. I was like, I wish I was invited. It looks so cool in there. Meanwhile, you're probably like
Aw.
opening an electronic journal with like, do you remember those?
Yeah. You want to know what I was thinking Haley and I were doing? We used to love playing college. You know how people play house? We
Oh,
played
yeah.
college. So we
Oh,
were probably playing college or something
everyone's
like
just
that.
wishing they're older.
Yeah, always. Always. And now I'm
Yeah.
here and I'm begging for the opposite.
Oh, same. But so I always wanted a sister because I would see all of that and I'd be like, girlhood.
Hmm.
But as I've gotten older, I don't like feel like I would change anything about how I grew up. And I feel like the crushes on the older brother's friends, it just, I mean, Mike was 9 years older than me. So my crushes were like when I was in kindergarten. And I remember one of his friends held my hand during a scary movie because they're like fucking 15 and I'm 6. And I was like, this
Heart pitter
is,
patter. I can get
I
anyone I
think he
want.
feels the same. Or like all of my memories with Mike's friends, I loved Mike so much, like back to the idolization, but I would hang out with his friends and be shy about his friends. I
Yeah.
was definitely not making eye contact. Um, but yeah, I love it. And then Mike just got married to who would be my dream older sister, and now like kind of is. And so I feel like it's worked out. Um, I also love being a younger sibling. I would hate being an older sibling. Everything was trailblazed. Like Mike calls me and he's like, open this bank account. And Nick's like, get this credit card right now, do this, this, and this. I'm like, okay.
Yeah.
Like, I don't have to figure it out. They're like, here's what I wish I knew 10 years ago. And then sit with you and do it. So I love that. But it took me a long time to realize that, like, until Michelle, my sister-in-law, started joining us for vacations, I was like, oh, I'm kind of glad you're here because, like, Mike and Luke and Nick will talk about fucking weighing their food and bicycle inner tubes for at least 45 minutes. And Michelle, now that she's here, will look at me and go, do you care? And I'm like, no. She's like, let's leave.
Yeah.
So it's like,
You're like,
okay.
thank God, the reprieve I've been needing all these
literally, I
years.
was like, oh, I always felt bad that I was disinterested in this stuff because this is like, if you want to be in a community, you need to be interested in the community's things. And my community was like Pokemon, Super Smash, Nintendo, like all this stuff. And then it came up again when we went to Japan because I was like, all I want is some Korean skincare for cheap and to get like a crazy massage. And I didn't push that hard. And I guess I could have been more of an advocate for myself, but I was like, if this were Three Sisters and me, we would have done that already.
Yeah. Hour one.
So, yeah. But that's okay. We are all our upbringing.
Yeah. Yes, we are. That's, I guess, so then, yeah, your situation growing up is different too, because then you have a twin brother. So, like, not only do you have two older siblings, two older brothers, but then you have side by side in your same year a twin, but it's a twin brother. So, like, I know you don't know any different having the twin, but
what's it like to not have one?
Yeah.
But like middle school, I would say I was just like, he's at the dance that I'm at, and I want to dance with a boy, but he's gonna see and
ew,
like,
yeah.
No one wants to even experience that when they're in it. And then high school, I think we were just so different that it kind of didn't matter. Like, we were always in different friend groups. I always kind of feel like I describe our relationship, especially in high school, as like a one-sided competition because he's like super smart, and it was kind of made clear to us that academics were important and everything. And so, like, he was valedictorian and like
was he really?
Yes.
I had no idea. Oh my God.
Yeah. And like Mike and Nick were in the top 10, which if you didn't go to Findlay High School, it's 10, you have the 10 students with the highest GPA, and you get a wooden clock and you get your face in the newspaper. Very important, apparently. But Mike was 7, Nick was 3, my dad was valedictorian in their high school, and my mom was like 7th. So I was like, if I don't get in the top 10, I'm gonna be the idiot of the family. So it's like, I was constantly trying to like, Luke, what'd you get on this test? Or we would like run, and Luke can run like 5-minute miles. So I'm struggling and like all of this stuff. So I just feel like, and he was on prom court, and I was like, what is that? But that's okay. I think having him as a twin made me better in a lot of ways because I was holding myself to a higher standard. It made me push like how good I could be with some of these qualitative like external accomplishments that, you know, maybe don't matter as much. But I remember even going to college, and I think my parents were trying to get me ready for like doing just okay because it's hard. And they're like, if you get B's, that's gonna happen. If you get a C, like, it's hard. Like, you got to this school, that's the main goal, and like now you just get the degree. Like, it'll be okay. And so I was like, oh, B's are chill, C's are chill. In high school, I was like, oh, get all A's, blah, blah, blah. College, I was like, any B is fine. Get home, we're talking at like our first Christmas, whatever, like, oh, how'd you guys do? How was your GPA? Luke was like, I got 1 A-. And I was like, holy fuck, I'm gonna have to pick it up because I did not do that. Yeah. So literally my worst semester in college was freshman year, first semester. But then also Luke and I always talk about it, and like he always says that he thinks I'm more creative. Like he can just replicate, and he thinks I'm creative, and
Mhm.
he thinks I'm more social, and like, yeah, I don't know, have more social intelligence than he does. So I think as we've grown up, it's evened out. But I think for a long time, I was like,
It's
you
hard
know,
growing up. I can't imagine. So growing up, I mean, yeah, school and sports, if you're in the Midwest, I feel like are the things that people are judging you by, or like your
yeah,
parents are looking at, your peers are looking at, depending on what social circles or like what matters to you, there might be other things in there. Like, and then to have your whole family who has set these expectations so high to have the be meeting all of these insane metrics, whereas not if you were over at our house, Faith, it's fine. We were doing too
oh my
amazing.
god.
Like it's
Like you
okay.
guys are so funny, but it's the same thing as social media now. Like you just said, you see your parents, your three siblings, and you see their each individual accomplishments and all their highlights, and you're like, I have to do all of those. Or
Mhm.
you see social media now and you see people our age who are like either married or have kids or are taking crazy vacations all the time or like
Mhm.
doing all of that, and you're like, oh, I guess I should be married, have kids, have a house, and be taking crazy vacations and be like a 30 under 30
Yeah.
or a 40 under
Mhm.
40.
And
And
like
it's like,
love
no,
my life, be so happy, like never have
yeah,
a care in the world. Like yeah, all of that.
yeah. I think one of the best experiences I had in the past year was one of our friends is a food influencer. So she gets invited to do PR for a bunch of like restaurants and stuff. And she invited me and my boyfriend, Jack, to one of the events. And we went, and it was definitely fun. Like, it was a good time, free food, and we love them. So, like, good company. But it was so nice to be like, holy shit, we spent like at least 65% of the time, like, positioning the drinks. You see these pictures in Santorini by influencers with like perfect bodies in their swimsuit. And this probably took 45 minutes to set up. They were
Mhm.
ravenous.
Mhm.
It's fine.
Yeah. Yeah, that's so true. We never know what's going on behind the camera, whether that's like a fake smile, a real smile, how long it took to set up,
Or like
filters
we've
maybe
all had the
even,
friend
like
who posts the picture with her boyfriend after she just like was like
laying
annihilating
him
a
out.
group chat the night before.
Yep.
It's like love of my life.
Yeah.
It's like, girl,
Girl, what are we covering up for right
I'm
now?
blushing for you.
It is crazy. But yeah, I mean, like just going back to what you were saying and growing up, those things are so what you're defined by growing up. So to have all that pressure building up, like, I mean, to be so honest, growing up, I was like, I'm going to be such a failure as an adult. Like, I'm not good at school. I'm not good at sport. I'm not good at these
That's
qualitative things. Like, I'm not even trying anymore because I've never been able to prove myself in any of these things. So, like, hopefully something turns around in my favor. But then to your point, then as you get older, then like these random qualities that then become so important for whatever reason, or like society changes. So now we like really love people in the arts versus like math and science, or, you know, like
Mhm.
different waves of interest come along. And it's like, oh, wait, now I kind of fit this mold. Like that's kind of cool. So I'm glad that you've been a part of that wave now and maybe see more for yourself. Like, yeah, some of those things you were being held to growing up or some of those standards, like yeah, they're great. It's great accomplishments to know you can do really well, improve yourself, and you know, have those qualities about yourself. But look at you now and how well rounded and how other things play out. So
Yeah. Well, and I feel like so when you're growing up, classic good parent is just do your best. But then I think when we get older and we become more capable, we try to do our best in everything. And so you feel like you're failing if you let something slip. But then it's like, it gets into the whole sort of like philosophical argument of if you could be doing more and you're not, are you being like immoral or are you not being your best? So it's like, okay, yeah, I was my best at work this week, but I came home and I didn't do anything creatively and I didn't walk my dog and I didn't see my boyfriend or friend. So it's like
mhm.
I think we like have to also frame like what doing your best is and be well rounded instead of like you said in high school, it's very clear like do your best, like try to be the soccer captain
Mm-hmm.
or be the best libero.
Mm-hmm.
Libero?
Yeah,
In
look at you
basketball?
go. Yeah.
God.
Yeah, for real. I feel like anymore, I'm just learning to value these different sides of me, or not sides of me, but rather, yeah, the process of it versus either
Mhm.
the end product or just like, yeah, oh my God, this week I got drinks with my friends last night. Like, wow, when's the last time we did that? It was really great. Yeah, I didn't get that much sleep, but it was because I was having fun. Like you kind of have to, it's like mental gymnastics trying to
No, I know. And
do all of it.
I always talk because something that helps me get refocused because I can go in a million directions at any time are my actions aligning with my values. So if I'm like, I wish I had a community because when I moved here, I didn't have like a friend group. It was a bunch of individual friends. And it's so embarrassing to make friends as an adult, but like, I want a friend group, blah, blah. And it's like, you're so tired at the end of the week that you're saying no to all these social plans. So your
Mm-hmm.
values are literally like, you're showing that you don't value this.
Mm-hmm.
So stuff like that, where I'm like, okay, I guess reassess what's happening here.
That's like the most adult thing. And like, ugh, to think growing up, we wanted to be adults and have this autonomy over our lives, which that part is great. But it's, oh my God, I never realized how much second guessing there fucking was and like how much I feel like I don't need control, but I want to know more, or like have some definite on something. And I feel like I'm grasping for straws all the time. Like no one warned me that adulthood would just be that.
Grasping for control.
Yeah.
I
Trying
know.
to know
I've
what's
been trying
happening.
so hard to be better at that. Or like, I feel like I'm a baby right now. It's like you're like, and maybe I'm outing myself as like I'm an anxious person, but I'm just like, something's wrong because you're rediscovering your basic human needs and body because you're the only person paying primary attention to them now.
Mm-hmm.
Humbling.
Humbling. The
Humbling.
trials and tribulations. Like, can we stop? Can
Mm.
we just let him ride? Something that's been racking my brain so much lately. Look, I'm thinking back to my mom, and I'm like, oh my God, you didn't call your mom like every day asking her questions about how to do things? And she's like, no. And I'm like, how did you get by? Like, what did you
No,
do? Like,
right.
what the fuck? Am I
No.
inept? Like, if in everything? Or like, are you just, is
Okay,
my
but
mom
when
putting
did your
on such
parents
a
get
facade?
married? Like, how old were your parents when they were married?
29.
Oh, so old, but were they like, did they live together before marriage or anything? Or like,
A little
how long
bit.
did
So they started dating when they were like 25-ish. I think they dated for like 4-ish years, got married when they were 29 and then had me at 30.
I feel like that plays such a big role, like having a partner that consistent for that long. Because I feel like I didn't start overthinking. Well, that's a lie. I mean, I'm overthinking, but like actual life projection was like your quarter life crisis.
Fair.
And when you can like sit across the table from someone at dinner and be like, is this weird? And they're like, no. And you share the load, like other days, they're fine. It's a very like close, intimate relationship where you can like share what you're most embarrassed to share with someone else. Then there's a certain like relief. And I feel like you and I can relate to living alone and being single and being like, I remember telling my brother this, like, when you have a hard day, you go home and you sit across from Michelle and she goes, it's going to be okay.
Mm-hmm.
When I come home and I have a hard day, up until like almost a year ago, it was sitting by myself, having a hard day, and then having to find the mental strength to be that for myself.
Yeah.
I think that's very different. And one of the things that I said in my Dream World prep was I wished we had a higher sense of community because I feel like you're growing up, like your parents, they're from Ohio. They moved to Lima, like max a few hours away, right? From
Yeah.
Kalida and Chillicothe.
Mm-hmm.
And so like knowing that you can go home at some point is almost like, oh, I'll never go home, but I know I can.
Yeah.
Whereas like if you live further away, you're like, I wish I could go home right now. You can't, kind of.
Mm-hmm.
And I just feel like that like sense of community, or like in your mom's discussion when she talked about never having to worry about someone to watch you or Anthony, both between nannies, but also I remember like multiple times it was like Audrey and Anthony are coming over for cereal before the bus comes today.
Yeah.
Or like Haley's mom is going to get you ready for the father-daughter Girl Scout dance.
Mm-hmm.
And I think at our age, community like that is so hard to find because it's driven by families in the US and probably in a lot of places. And we're just having families later and there's like less community
Yeah. And
unless you
we're
like really go
leaving.
search for it.
Yeah. That's such a good point. I love all of that. And it's so true. It rings very like valid. We're all moving. Like we're in this part where I'm not saying it's new to like move states or whatever, but we're seeing more and more families getting broken up because we can stay in touch in different ways, or it's a little bit easier to communicate in the in between, and it's not like you have to maybe feel like you have to stay in Ohio to stay close to family, or
Yeah.
wherever you're from. So, yeah, that's so true. We don't have community and we really like our own pride. I think I see it in myself where it's intimidating to go up to someone and introduce yourself. Like we don't really have a lot of those opportunities. It feels like anymore itself because of like social media, working from
Yeah.
home, that sort of thing. So that's intimidating. And then people aren't really receptive to it or feel like social stigma and a lot of like social, I don't
Well,
know,
I know. It's like
intricacies going on.
I want to go up and platonically hit on a girl.
Hmm.
And I can't like, hey, I notice you're playing like solitaire at this bar alone and you're cool and I want to be friends and you're like the fear of rejection or something. It's
Yes.
like I would rather hit on a guy in public like
Hmm.
than like be expose my basic human need for friendship
Yeah.
and that I'm on the market for friends.
Yeah. Yeah. We're so scared of rejection, which is so fair. I feel it.
Well, I
But
think
that's like,
women are more though scared of rejection than
oh,
men.
yeah. Well, but then we have the male loneliness epidemic, quote unquote, right now. And it's like, well, go up to someone then. Stop getting over
Yeah.
this fear of rejection. Like, yeah, it might happen, but like rejection right now is like getting burned at the stake in the Salem witch trials. Like, we see people going up to others and like trying. We
Yeah.
see that as just like going up in flames. And like everyone loves to watch to see what happens and like the rejection and make fun of them. But we're not saying how brave they are for trying that thing.
Yeah. It's so true. Yeah, I feel like male loneliness epidemic is like I can't help. I cannot help you. You guys unfortunately are gonna like have to help yourself. But there's lots of therapies free through your employer
Hmm.
and maybe you'll learn something about yourself and maybe you'll learn, you know, how to approach people. But it's like kind of one of those things like because I have anxiety and it's like truly the only person that can help you in terms of resolution and not symptom treatment is yourself.
Hmm.
But in terms of like talking to strangers, like in the last few months, complimenting strangers more and not being like, I see this person on the bus and I'm going to give them a compliment. Let me think what it should be. Like, when you just see someone with a really cool dress and you're like, I should tell them, but then you're like shy to compliment them. And it's like,
Hmm.
that's not serious. So I've
Hmm.
started doing it and it's actually so like, those are some of the best parts of my day, which is cliche, but it is, especially girls, because it's like girls loving girls and
Hmm. Girlhood. And
yeah,
please compliment my dress. Like, yeah, we like would love
girlhood.
nothing more.
No, literally. Or like when I get complimented by a stranger, like I was having a terrible day at work last year and I was crying on a bench outside, sobbing. I was on the phone with probably my mom or dad and uh I hear this girl like and this guy on a bench next to me. This couple's having like a great time and then I hear this girl go, "Oh, she's crying." And she goes, "Oh, she's pretty." I was like, "Stop." Get up to move. And she like called after. She's like, "You're really pretty." And I was like, "Thanks." I was like, I feel a little better
Yeah,
because this
honestly.
stranger
But
girl
if
on
the guy were to
concrete
say that,
block.
I would rip him off. I would never. I'd be
No, same.
humiliated. I would be so, yeah. I guess maybe that I'm sorry to cut off your story, but I
No,
love
that's
that.
it.
Tell
That's right
people they're
there.
pretty.
A
But
rambler.
then
Yeah.
if it were a guy were to tell me that, I don't think I'd react well. So then I'm like, maybe we do burn him at the maybe I mentally am burning them at the stake, like, and that's the issue.
Preemptively.
Yeah.
A lot of the times we a man like says a compliment to us, we are so conditioned to think that now more will be expected of us. And I'm not even saying like in the like purity culture Catholic way of he complimented you, so now you need to have sex with him or something eventually, or like whatever. But I do think there's the expectation for us to like receive a compliment and be honored by it and like not know that we're cute or pretty
Mm-hmm.
or not see ourselves that way. And so it's like a lot of times when you receive a compliment, you can feel the reaction. Like one of my ex-boyfriends said something to me. We were on a walk and I said something like, "Oh yeah, I didn't even have time to put on mascara before dinner with our friends, so I want to go do that." And he's like, "Oh, I didn't even notice that you weren't wearing any." And I didn't say anything because like, okay.
Yeah.
And he was like, "Hey," and I was like, "What?" And he was like, "I just complimented you." And I was like, "What?"
Ew.
Yeah, and he's like, "I said like I can't tell the difference between you wearing makeup and not." Like,
Yeah, because you're a boy, you wouldn't know fucking shit.
no, it's like, oh, okay, you guys think natural makeup or no makeup look after a girl does a 45-minute like
Beat.
natural makeup
Yeah.
routine is no makeup. And I was like, also, that's not a compliment,
No. Mm-hmm.
but you're wording it as though like I shouldn't know that without makeup I don't look good.
Mm-hmm.
So I was just like, mm,
Yeah.
no,
I
thank
don't
you.
like that. It is a little different for me.
Performative
Like,
complimenting or performative social building versus like genuine connection and appreciation of other people, which
mm-hmm.
is so different. And everyone's performative these days, including me. Like I catch myself being performative
Oh, yeah.
and then I get disgusted. And I'm like, oh
Mm-hmm.
my God, I don't know why I said like a white lie right here when it literally doesn't matter at all.
Yeah. You brought up the Catholic guilt of it all, and that's a nasty thing to have. She's always there. She seems to
Don't
be.
get me started.
Um, you grew up like me. We went to a Catholic elementary and middle school, public high school, and then a private, like Catholic,
Yeah.
um, university. I guess for you, I'm curious. So many of my other friends who did the same thing, they all are like so uninterested in religion, identifying with one. Like, whereas I feel like folks who didn't have that same background drove like are so attracted to religion where I'm like, and no, I can't be further away from like wanting to seek out religion for any aid or like support in my
Yeah.
life. So I don't know. It's so funny that I feel like the more and more into it you are, like I feel like I was bred to be this like woman who goes to church this conservative woman who goes to church every Sunday, but like it can't be the further thing from the truth.
No, I agree. I feel like a lot of my aversion to organized religion, and I like that we're kind of using the qualifier, is because of how it was presented.
Yes.
Because if I think about my beliefs or like what I would want to believe or whatever, I think about like, I don't even know how to describe it. Like, I always describe it as, when you like drop food coloring in water and it kind of like does that.
Hmm.
And I'm like, I feel like this is going to sound so hippie, but like there's an energy or something like going through us all. And maybe like humans and animals have like blue and green, like cool colors. So we understand each other. But trees and fungi have like warm colors. So they're like actively communicating. We
Hmm.
don't get it at all. It doesn't make sense. And it's all this one thing. And that is like what makes life beyond like a scientific level.
Hmm.
And then when you think about that, it's like, well, if that energy is God, they're like omnipotent because they're in everything. They have the power to do anything because it's literally in all of us.
Hmm.
Omnipresent,
Hmm.
they're everywhere, and all knowing. You know
Hmm.
everything because you're everywhere. Like,
Yeah.
so if you look at the three characteristics of like a Catholic God without looking at translated biblical passages piecemeal, you start to realize, or I do, that some of the Catholic teaching, if it weren't just presented in this way,
Hmm.
and I don't think I'm close to, like, I don't think I'm like 100% Catholic or anything, but I think if we weren't presented with like Euro God depicted as a man, even though like at our middle school we were like hammered in God has no gender, and yet there's like a bunch of conservative or alt right people being like asexual or non-binary people. It's like, I hate to tell you that you worship someone that's non-binary. Unfortunately, God is non-binary.
Yeah.
I'm so sorry.
It is. It's so weird, and I feel like looking more and more that I see it now too, because I agree. I'm more on the, if anything, spiritual side of things. Like I follow the
Yeah.
different moon cycles and shit like that. Like that is so up my alley, and I know that's like the most
I
me
love
thing
that.
probably ever. But the way that it's outlined in like the Bible and the way the Catholic Church teaches it, to say the least, is very
Yeah.
power dynamics and like black and white, and that's the
Well, and
furthest
it's
thing.
like you have to look at the historical context, right? Because it's like, oh, the church is always right, but it's been acknowledged by Catholic Church leaders forever. Like, hey, the Crusades, that was kind of bad of us.
Yeah.
It was actually not divinely, that part right there was not divine intervention. Someone like
hmm
accidentally messed up there.
hmm
And you think about what drives Christianity or Catholicism, and a lot of the like Christians are like, the day that accepted Jesus Christ as my Lord and Savior is September 9th, 2001, and I'll never forget it. And I was saved at that time. And like genuinely feel that
Everything they
way.
do from then after is fine. And
Yes.
yeah.
But nowhere in the Bible does it say that people go to hell. Nowhere. One of my professors, when I was abroad in London, he had like learned the dead language of the Bible and had like marked different translations, because even now there's like different versions of the Bible with different wording.
Yeah. hmm
So I don't know. I just feel like
Yeah.
a lot of the translations and like everybody's very focused on specific words, but
Yes.
then they're like fucking before marriage with their.
hmm
So it's like, well, I don't know. I don't like it.
No.
The pick and choose.
No, I agree. I think that's been my biggest thing too with how we view religion anymore. It's like this tick box where it's like, went to church, check, am friendly with the priest, check, like
Mm-hmm.
love thy neighbor, check, but I
Nope,
was also
not
bitching
anymore.
them out
Yeah,
because
literally.
like, or I was judging them for the dress they wore or didn't wear to church, but like love them because they're part of my community, but like whatever, all of those things.
Yeah.
Like I do just see any more religion as this, yeah, tick box to something that like I do it, so that means I'm good, or like I'm saved, or I'm this somehow better than you, but like you're actually not, because then you're weaponizing uh, different things. Your values don't reflect anything that is being preached to you that you should be living by. So like you're just a fucking asshole and you're using religion.
Yeah. Well, and I think like it's easy to like be like, you're just shitty. And I think like to a certain extent we do like need to take accountability for, you're an adult, you should think critically. But I also think like one of my things that I said in my dream world that I want is because I was being like negative, like all the things that we're doing wrong. I was like, well, what are we doing right? And I think you can get this in different ways. But I said, meet people from different walks of life, like different socioeconomic, different
hmm
racial background, like English as a second language or non-native English speaker. I forget which is the preferred term now. Um, and I think that experience drives empathy. And so a lot of people who haven't had a lot of experience, like I have quite a few family members that have lived in the same place within the same like 30-mile radius their whole lives and like haven't traveled a lot. And if you do that and don't push yourself to understand other human beings, then it's so easy to other them.
hmm
And when you other them, it's like dehumanizing. And then you think, then you're like morally justifying it. So I genuinely think with all of these, but like immigration, immigration stuff and all of that, it's a lot of fear of the unknown based for
A
a lot of people.
1000%. hmm
It's frustrating because it's like you we're in a place now where when you grew up and you were learning about research papers, they're like, find a credible source. And you had to learn what media literacy was. And then when you get older and the viral scene is so different from what it was when we were growing up, it's a lot harder to determine a credible source, or like not everybody is looking for like who funded this page.
Mhm.
And even I like fell into, well, I normally believe this person, they just posted a reel on it, so like probably true. But I just feel like right now education's so challenging because I don't know, like I know you used to have the discuss like women's healthcare and things before sort of shifting to Audrey's world, and um yeah, some of the sources and things on government sites are just gone. Or like you're filtering research, like you're not getting approved for grants if the word female is in it.
Mhm.
And it's just like, well,
Mhm. Mhm. It is so frustrating. There's a lot of, yeah, maybe if you do recognize I've kind of been in the same environment for a really long time, maybe I should seek out people who are a little different than me, maybe on the internet, maybe just watching some YouTube videos, maybe reading a few articles about their life or like why things are different and why they care about certain things. Like we do have these resources to use to see things outside of ourselves and see these different perspectives. Like instead of weaponizing them and using them to stab each other in the back, why don't we use it to try to get some empathy and some understanding and to lay some common ground? Like we're using these tools in such like villainous ways is the only way I can think of it. And it's so sad because I don't know. I mean, I at least feel like in high school I got a little entryway into that, and I do really appreciate going to a public school in high
yeah,
school because I mean, also our middle school was like, I don't know, 40 people or something in each grade. Like it was so tiny. So like it's just
yeah.
such a small and very similar demographic. So yeah, it was great to see people with different upbringings. And while most of the time I still hung out with my middle school friends, and there's definitely I could have been different in a lot of ways in high school, but at least I saw people with different experiences, like who had different home lives, and I'm grateful that I had that experience. But then yeah, going off to college, meeting other folks in different situations, leaving Ohio, like I don't know, we just gotta look for common ground and not be so fucking judgmental all the time and
Like
mean.
it's so funny because I think a lot of people, I'm trying to not use like rude language, like throw a fit, but when like representation on TV, it's like, why does every show have to have a gay character? Jimmy, probably there's a gay character in your life. So like it's not we're including them, we're just making it representative of the
The
like
real population.
like the
Hmm.
United States demographic. And for me, what made me realize representation is important, which is so silly, but it was like I saw somebody with my same body type on TV like being characterized as hot.
Hmm.
And it's like I definitely have like a pronounced like pouch to protect the uterus, but like that's not what's cute. And I'm not like overweight, but I'm not like flat stomach. And so seeing someone with just like a normal body, it was like, oh, well they're cool. And like then you create like these idols. You see other people being like, oh no, she is hot or something. It's like, yeah. So I can't even imagine like if a different sexual orientation or like skin color or something, like that's got to mean way more too.
Oh
And
my
like
gosh. Yeah.
yeah,
Yeah.
even if you're just like in your 60-mile radius home and you're like watching movies written by, that's like a key, written by a person of color or like LGBTQ plus community. I remember our moms were talking about reading Mad Honey,
Yeah.
a Jodi Picoult
Hmm.
book, and they're like, that book helped me understand trans people a little more. Just exposing yourself like with an open mind to those
Yeah.
things.
It makes such a difference. Yeah, my brain keeps going back to I dated a guy who he saw himself finally being represented in media, and like he was in his 30s and was not like in tears, but like I've never seen a man so happy in my life. And I was like, oh my God,
Mm-hmm.
whoa, whoa. And yeah, to your point, I mean, there were no hotties really with red hair on TV growing up or like who were pale. So yeah, like the few that were, latched myself to them. Yeah, it's we got to see that. And I love books for the escape mostly, but like I've gotten to I feel like explore these different facets of life or different experiences and grow my empathy or like grow I you can never be in someone's shoes, but like at least kind of looking around and being like, "Oh wow, yeah, I never thought about that." Like especially I mean just like the even more basic example, but like men will never understand the fear of a woman walking like alone at night.
Mm-hmm. I wish that everybody who worked in a setting with women, so everybody, like, but that it was up to companies to, um, like, as part of their, I don't know, DE&I training or onboarding or whatever, like, put a period simulator on all
Mhm.
people without uteruses to, like, show. Because, like, I was on my period last week. I took a day off because I kept, first of all, the cramps horrific.
Mhm.
And then it's like, you don't want to work because it hurts. And then like every time I have like such bad periods, I'm just like getting blood everywhere.
Yeah.
Like that's graphic, but it's true.
Mhm.
And like you'll like change your tampon out or whatever. You're like wear a pad and a tampon. And I even did that because it was so
Mhm.
heavy. Somehow there's like blood on my pants, even though I didn't.
Yeah.
And I just feel like my boss like would never even think like I want to stay home, but I can still work. The reason I want to stay home is because I keep having to wash my pants out.
Yeah.
Like,
Yeah.
and like that I'm genuinely trying my best.
Mhm.
Like,
Mhm.
crazy.
Yeah. Yeah. Oh, I need a period simulator on everyone. On everyone.
That's my dream. That's my dream. Like, just
That's
fill it
my
out.
I agree. I agree. I love those videos. Honestly, those are some of my
No,
favorite
same.
TikToks.
Same.
And it's
And
always
it's
the
just
super
like
macho man and he like is out on level 3 and you're
wheels.
like, get a grip.
No, I know. The other thing too is like periods is that they're cyclical. You always feel like sick like on your period. And it's like, yeah,
Yeah.
you think you're annoyed that I like once a month and it's like more than that because it's like a week before maybe I'm a little
Oh my
depressed.
God.
Like actually.
Literally.
Actually. And then I'm bloated to the point where I'm a full jean size larger.
Yeah.
And then it's like, oh, you have like 2.5 weeks and then you're gonna do it again. And you're like, oh my God. Yes, I'm hormonal and I'm crying. And my favorite video, one of my favorite videos is like when I forget what celebrity it is, but she's like, it's purely technical. Like, it's purely technical. There's tears falling out. It's not how I feel. I
It's
don't know.
yeah, it's just happening out of my
Yeah.
control. But like literally, I'm about to start my period in a few days and like all day today, depressy. It's just like everything I can't get out of my head, everything is just making it
Mm-hmm.
worse. And I know in the back of my head, my period's going to come in a few days, but I'm still, no matter what I say, no matter what I do, I'm still
Yeah.
stuck feeling like this all day. Do you have any other questions for me too? I'm so curious since you did your homework.
Wait,
I
I
mean,
know. I like, let me
I
look
want
at
to
my
give you your
notes.
time to shine.
I want to give you your time to shine. I do have my list of whimsy dream world things,
Oh,
and I
lovely.
will rapid fire them. It's titled Dream World Lighthearted because we're going to label everything even in a world of whimsy.
Yeah.
Every apartment mandatory dishwasher.
Mm, yes.
Tired of that.
Mm-hmm.
Tired of that. Mandatory outdoor space for every apartment. It
Free
goes back
plate.
to basic needs. Human needs air.
Mm-hmm.
Like we should have that.
I don't have either of those in my apartment,
Oh,
so
same.
yes.
I know I'm like literally struggling. And I literally to do this I looked up Maslow's hierarchy of needs and it's like physiological needs, air, food, water, shelter. Um bras to be comfortable. So that's that. I think you'll like this one. This idea I've had cooking since high school. Um Obviously Anthony, Luke and I would play Sims all the time.
Yes.
and they have the little like thing above their head, the little
Yes.
thing.
Yeah.
I have always said, and I've always said this, people should have their relationship status above their head like that. Yes.
Interesting.
So, like, if you're out at a bar, your thing above your head, or like you're out in public, because I know a lot of people are meeting people online, but again, back to the lack of human interaction and community in real life spaces, whatever. So it's like, oh, just got out of a relationship like 6 months ago, not emotionally available.
Yeah.
Disclaimer.
Mm-hmm.
Like, everybody has their little thing above their head.
Oh my God, I love that idea. I thought you were going to say with Sims. I love how when they were like talking to each other and it's like a good conversation, you just see like hearts coming out of their heads or, you know, like
Yes.
that, like plus sign, whatever it was, the
Yeah.
icon. Honestly, I do feel like we need those. Can you imagine in the workplace, like there's a really like
We need
tense
emotes.
call going on, and there's like just a bunch of like subtraction,
Steam.
red subtraction signs, just da-da-da-da-da-da-da. Like this is bringing my mental health down. Let's stop. Like stop while we're ahead, or
Yeah, I
like
see you've experienced 18 minus signs this week, and if you hit 15, you had to take Friday off for your mental well-being.
yes.
Like,
I
okay.
would love something like that. Or like,
No.
you know how when it's a really good conversation and you're just like, I love talking to you. Like, you're expressing so much gratitude for it.
Mhm.
Like, how great would it be? Just like you know, you guys are vibing. There's just hearts like coming out of your head, or like some sort of like happy sign, or something that so you can
Or like when you're
convey
like,
how
okay,
much it
we'll
means
have
to
to
you.
meet up like another time, and it says behind them like exchanging formalities
Yeah.
versus like, no, they want to meet up.
Yeah.
It's like
Yeah.
match formality. Like,
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
yeah, no, that would be so nice. They could also turn Black Mirror, but you know.
Yeah. Yeah, that could be real fast, but we just want like the generic like baseline version.
Yeah. What else? I wrote no allergies. Because that's just dumb. I don't think
Yeah.
we need them.
That's
I think
silly.
we as a human race have progressed past the need for allergies.
Mm-hmm. So
I just think like if you don't want to be allergic to something, just don't be.
Yeah, just let it go.
Yeah. Why are you holding on to that? It doesn't serve you.
That's so funny. I love that. I love these.
Yeah.
I love
know.
how thoughtful. You were very thoughtful and intentional with your dream worlds. I love it.
Heart.
Heart.
Plus.
I love your dream world, Faith.
Audrey.
Incredible. My dream world that I wrote down, definitely not intentional, maybe a little all over the place. I'm over unsolicited advice on TikTok. Although I love it a lot of times right now because I'm in my depressy pre-period era. I'm
Right.
so overwhelmed by it. I feel like I need to do all these things and it's like driving me neurotic. And I know I can just get off TikTok and I have been. But then I read a rom-com book and then that's also making me neurotic. So like I'm like, you know, I only have so many outlets and it's between those two things. So like, I don't know, I'm just over the unsolicited advice on TikTok. While again, sometimes it's great, maybe a quick disclaimer. If you're not, and then insert this influencer's like quality or their background story really quick on why, if you relate to that, it could be applicable to you. But if it's not, like, get out of my feed.
Literally. Like, I think I relate to the conservatives crazy in that, like, I would agree, like, we're too careful. I don't mean go throw out slurs and not accept humans for who they are, but I do mean, like, someone will tweet something and then someone will probably be like, you did not encapsulate the entirety of humankind into this 140 character thing. It's like, well, it didn't apply to you at all. Like, it's not for you. And same with unsolicited advice. It's like, I feel like I should be taking this, but it's not for me.
Yeah.
I'll just look this up when I need to learn.
I'm just
how
overextending myself to try to make
my
this.
sink trap. Yeah.
Yeah. Over it. Honestly, the thing that is always the bane of my existence, and it's been really bad this week, is just dinner. I hate dinner, but I love going out to dinner. There's nothing that like beats going out to dinner. So if there were just like either a way that I didn't have to worry about dinner, even if it's just for me, like it's so exhausting thinking about that. So I just wish there was a way that could either like go into my stomach and just be like, ooh, this is what you need, either nutritionally because it sounds good or something, and then it just literally.
It's hard. Dinner is so cultural. It's like where you sit down or like when you're having family time, like whatever. But thinking about it, I was so mentally unwell earlier this year that I had to sit down with my mom because I wasn't eating and I had to write down different categories. I was like, dinners I can make when I'm feeling adventurous, low effort dinners that I can still make, like literally, even if it's like oven pizza. Because when you're so stressed, I'm like, I've never heard of an oven pizza in my life.
No.
I cannot ideate a single meal.
Yeah.
It's like spaghetti and meatballs, like simple things. And then restaurants I can get takeout from, restaurants that are like fast food that I can go to that are close enough that it's a low mental load. And honestly, having that list is so nice.
No.
And they'll be like, well, Blue Sushi happy hour every single weekday, and it applies to takeout, so I'm getting that.
Mm-hmm.
Or I hate dinners, Audrey.
Yeah.
I hate eating. I love eating. I hate ideating what I need to do.
Yes. Yes. Like I love to eat when it's good, but when it's just average, I'm the one needing to dictate the menu and get the groceries and all of that.
Selfish.
Like I love going to a grocery store. It's a form of shopping. I genuinely love that. But the planning of the meals and then like putting it all together, that's where my head is just like, I don't care.
The worst is when you try something new and it's bad and you're like, well, what am I supposed to do now?
Yeah. Yeah. I'm really banking on hope, if I ever get married one day, that my husband loves to cook. That's just the only pairing that will go well here.
I just feel like I can bring so much else to the table.
Oh, I can bring so much else to the table.
Yeah.
I have one last question for you, Faith, before I let you go. Do you have a small win you want to pat yourself on the back for? Because unfortunately, that's not our dream world. And I don't want to leave you feeling heavy and dark and sad. This week, I've been reading a book, as mentioned, big reader. And the book had some Spanish dialogue in it. And I was reading through it. I took 6 years of Spanish and I was picking up on a lot of it, or like I could kind of piece it together, but not everything. There were some things that I was missing, but it was fun. Like, honestly, learning for me has never been like a game or fun, but I was like, oh my God, this is kind of fun. I'm like gamifying learning for myself Spanish. Oh my God, like I want to get into this. So then I got Duolingo and I've been on Duolingo. So I'm like, that's my small win. I'm really proud of myself for taking that one step further. And now I'm wondering, like, oh my God, should I do like tables again? Because I don't feel very confident in my basic math skills. So I'm like, maybe if I could do it with Spanish, could I do it with math? Could I do it? Like, now I'm just wondering, like, where this world goes.
Get out while you're ahead.
Fair.
Do not go back to time. Although I will say that if someone offered me, do you remember when we had like 60 seconds to get through as many math problems as possible?
That's like, I think it would be kind of like, I think I'd be very humble
right now, unfortunately.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah.
Small wins. It's the small wins.
Okay. I feel like my small win have been reframing a lot. And within the past few months have noticed that my thought patterns have changed.
Isn't that the best?
Nice.
Yes.
Yes, it is. And reframing, I think when I first thought about doing it, I was like, you're kind of deceiving yourself, or it's like you're living in a dream world, whatever. But honestly, it's just like, no, you're considering an equally likely outcome. And also giving that the same weight as the negative perspective. And it's so nice. And it's like crazy because it takes so long for your mind to change those pathways. So I think my little win is, this year has been like so frustrating in terms of like jobs. And earlier this year, had like a new mental health thing come up. And I was like, what's this? And throughout all of that, still recognizing the thought pattern change and being like, no, this is nice.
Crazy. Well, that's a huge win. That's like, it's very hard to do and it does take a lot of time, but I commend you even more too, because there's still adversities that you've been working through and things that haven't been easy. So to still stay committed and like be intentional to continue to reframe and stick with it, that's huge. But yeah, it's the best when you can do that. And like, I feel like when I can do it and I'm in a consistent habit of it, oh my God, yeah, life is like so much better. Not
Or
so much
like
better,
Jack
but
and I
like you can roll with the punches so much
No, it
easier.
is, and it's
You have grown up so much and it's so cute. I'm so glad to have had a seat, not only for like just how smart you are and how articulative you are. And I feel like you put things into words like so eloquently. And I do really think you can tell those stories. But then like you are such a beautiful like young girl too. And it's so fun to see. Like I feel like it's a little gift.
I know. There's also like no comfort like being with someone who knows where you come from, you know? So I feel like there's a nice mutual comfort of we grew up on the same street, we know where we come from, and like inherently there are like lots of relatable things even if we haven't seen each other for a long time.
Yeah, for sure. Look at us
Uh,
go. OMG.
girl boss,
Yeah.
girl boss.
Great
Hmm.
girlhood.
Okay. Love you.
Thank you so much.
All right. Yay.
Yee!
Talk to you later.
Ellie, and that's Faith's World. What did I tell you? A fab episode. Uh, there were so many great tidbits throughout this entire episode that I'm getting tripped up just even thinking about a few to recap. First of all, I adore Faith's Dream World. I love all the places it goes, and it's so true. We need more community. We are missing community. We're missing people to do mundane things with. It's kind of funny to me how we have all this technology to try to connect and be so intertwined with each other, but yet it almost seems like we've never been further away from people and human connection. So I love that that's a part of our dream world. I cannot stop thinking about the Sims of it all, like the emojis kind of coming out of your head for what you're thinking, what you're feeling, or a relationship status, or like different nuances in conversation that could come up. I love it. But honestly, my favorite was just going down memory lane and hearing Faith's perspective on different things that we grew up with, whether it was like within her family or within our neighborhood, or the way she read my family at the top of the episode. I've never heard something more true, but like it was so fun to hear her perspective on that. And I don't know, like it just makes me feel so seen. And I absolutely love this conversation. I hope you did as well. Thank you so much, first of all, for supporting me and listening to the episode that we put out today. If you want to continue to support, like, rate, review, subscribe, or follow wherever you listen, whatever platform you're on. And you can also support by following me on TikTok and Instagram to find more social media clips and things of that nature. But I'm also on YouTube. So if you want to see us girls, just our body language towards each other, our reactions to things, more things that you just can't exactly put a pulse on a podcast, don't you fret. Check out my YouTube. Yes, I'm on YouTube. I got you. So you can follow me there too, or check out the content that's there. Audrey's World is also on a new app called Podz, Podz. And it's a great app if you want to maybe still be on your phone and scroll, but not go through the social media doom scroll of it all, or, see unsolicited advice. Podz, it's an app you scroll through like social media, but it's a great way to engage with other podcasts. It's 30-second clips, and you can listen to those and scroll to the next one, find more podcasts there, or just a kind of different way of being on your phone, but not getting inundated with things that social media inundates you with. But I just appreciate you being here and listening most of all. So I will catch you again next week. Another episode will be out next Tuesday, so be on the lookout. Love ya. Bye.